I've never seen anybody take so much heat for having a sale on their products as Eric July did when he did his $5 sale to clear out a lot of his back stock. Now, I already had all the Rippaverse books, so I didn't really need anything. But a lot of my friends and a lot of people in my Discord, a lot of fans, went out and bought item number 1 to check it out, who had never done it before. I heard a lot of positive reviews on it. They were like, they've been saying this is a horrible book for so long. I actually kind of liked it, is what you're reading in my Discord if you are in there. By the way, that's in the description below if you want to come hang with us. I appreciate my community. Best comic book readers out there. But a lot of people made a little cottage industry of just knocking him over and over and over again for having a sale. It was the stupidest fake outrage I've ever seen on the internet. These weirdos hang on his every word at this juncture. And it's led by one Ethan Van Sciver. And the reason it's being done is because he's jealous of Eric July and his business platform. He knows he can't compete. Eric has done everything he kind of promised to do and failed to deliver upon. And it's showing more and more every single day as this goes on. Now, Eric absolutely destroyed the haters with just this one post. 2 words, clutches pearls, with a couple of images. This is so funny. Of course, the point is none of these people are going to be outraged about showing the different sales that are going on at Midtown Comics with this right now. Of course, it's standard in any industry to run sales all the time. As an author with primarily books on Amazon, we actually have a based book sale that I get involved in about quarterly that hundreds of authors all get into. And we all sell our based books for cheap to get you in, to make you new fans. Because a lot of people will try things out when they have an impulse buy level of a buy-in. But a lot of people, wait when they see, they want to make sure it's good first. And that's reasonable. And so you can get a lot of new fans by doing these kind of sales with your old products. And it makes a lot of sense, too, with your old products because the backlists move slower than the new products. It's just how business works. Now, like he's saying with Clutches Pearls, these people went hard at him. Ethan Van Sciver went down a huge rant going off, saying it was a travesty. It's insulting to his fans, making up tons of nonsense about the way that sales work in order to just try to disparage Eric. It was obnoxious. They even went so far as to send out fake tweets from him, to talk about this, to try to hurt his business, and it didn't work. My understanding was the sale made a lot of money. It cleared out a lot of stock. Now they're moving on. They're going to release Horseman, and Horseman's going to do very well because it looks awesome. Chuck Dixon, Joe Bennett, and they're going to cry again. We know how the cycle goes. But this hypocrisy goes even further with what Ethan's doing here. We're going to talk about this in just a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. As I mentioned before, great comic book community. We really care about comic books delivering here. We have a very similar business model to Eric July, and that's why a lot of people try to prevent us from being seen, because we've been coming out with graphic novel after graphic novel. This is our 12th, and it's been a great ride. Our reviews are stellar for these comic books. Book 1, Overmind here, which is available on the campaign. If you do not have it, you can get the complete Aileron Adventures, is our highest regarded book and was our highest seller of all time. We have 14 days to go, and actually this is now $200 from being our highest seller of all time with a book 2, which means more people loved this book than not. And that is something that is very, very rare for comics, to see a book 2 outperforming book 1. We really thank you so much for your tremendous support here. Grab this. It's in the description below. Try it out. They are standalone, so the characters do develop, the world develops, but I make sure each graphic novel has a full story in it because I appreciate the customers. I think that's the best way to be with books when you're releasing one every year or so in a line. And we're going to continue to do so. We're going to up our game even further. Maybe launch 3 or 4 of these a year, maybe even more at this juncture, because the momentum's here. People are reading our books. People are seeing how great they are. I got a great quote from Blaine Pardo from BattleTech. Said, I'm an incredible storyteller, and I appreciate that a lot. Thanks, Blaine. You're amazing. So find out what other people are finding here. Back us today. Thank you so much for all the tremendous support. Yeah, this was a great post by Eric. And like I said, it just highlights the hypocrisy because they're not going to go wall to wall, do live stream after live stream, blasting Midtown comics. You're not going to see that from these people. But you are going to see just dead silence on this kind of matter. Now, the funniest part about all this is Student of God followed this up, showing what's this here? The lead shrieker, the lead harpy in this whole deal, the total SJW trying to tear down Eric's business here. What's this? This is a Cyberfrog action figure. These were $40 on the campaign, and now they're $25. It's almost like he ran a sale, almost half off. And it's just because he was trying to get rid of his stock of his old stuff. Wow. Now, when he does it, it's good, but when Eric does it, it's bad. So you can see how the hypocrisy works. It is not about any kind of movement. It's not any kind of anything. He just wants to tear down people who do more successful than him. And that's why his audience has been largely tuning out. If you look at his sales this year, they're far down below what they used to be. While we're going up, while Eric's building his business, Ethan's really dropping in his business. Every campaign's doing worse than the last, and he's in abject panic mode. His YouTube subscriber count's going down like your boy Zach, and it's because they're attacking people in these spheres. These were supposed to be culture warriors. They're supposed to help us lead the culture war. They're supposed to help us fight against Marvel DC. We were supposed to replace them with regular comic books so that our stuff, our properties could get there. But when anybody actually makes a regular comic book, one that actually is doing the work that could replace them, he works overdrive to tear them down. You see him constantly go at anybody and just go, oh, his books are so bad, just because they're out on time and regular. And he knows he's not even working on his. He's not even putting his out. So real comic readers are getting way, way, way fed up with this stuff. This kind of attacks on conservative, right-leaning, libertarian creators just needs to stop. It is something that I've been saying for a long, long time, and it's been a horrible, horrible year for this guy because he just won't stop doing it. He won't stop going at people like Eric, and it's all over petty jealousy at the end of the day. Now, what's really, really funny is there is a Kiwi Farms thread of him now, which is almost entirely dedicated towards mocking the fact that Ethan here is going crazy all the time. Now, if you're not familiar with the Kiwi Farms, they have a lot of different threads for a lot of different lolcows. Well, guess who went on there and started trying to sweep for himself on the thread? It didn't go very well for him. He actually did request at some point that they make a thread for Eric July demanding that Eric July be treated as a lolcow. But Eric's not. Eric's a business guy. He's just a dude who cares about comics. He's not something to laugh at. He's not that interesting. I mean, no offense. But he's not interesting on the level of mocking him because he's just doing everything right. He seems like a nice guy. Everybody I've met him multiple times, he is a nice guy. And so that's all you have to see. And you could, when you request a personal army, go out there and be created for you to attack somebody else in your sphere. That's what makes a lolcow. That's what makes you ridiculous. That's what makes you somebody to be mocked. And the fact that you've been sitting on near these books that are ridiculous 48-page books, take 3 years to make because you're not working on them. Yeah, it's just about the genius. No, it's not. You got to Rainbow the Brute, Rainbow Bright. I mean, it's a stupid book. It really is, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally fine to enjoy stupid parody books, but something like that shouldn't take 3-4 years to make and 3-4 years to get out to backers at a premium price. It's ridiculous, and that's exactly why it's failing. People are realizing that we backed the wrong horse here, the wrong horseman. Maybe we should say. And we need to move on to something that actually produces, actually delivers comics, actually is delivering on promises. And so, as you can see, the deal right here made a handy chart for Frog to look at. He should print it out and hang it up in his room to look at every single day. And that's exactly what it is. And that's exactly why he's so mad. He just can't handle that Eric July is winning, that Eric July is doing everything right with his business, and it's just making him look bad. And we're making him look bad too. That's why he's gone out of his way to attack us over here for the last 6 months. Doesn't actually care about the culture war. Never cared about anything he was talking about. It was all about a big scam trying to take over this hashtag Comicsgate, which was not his to begin with. He was a carpetbagger, by the way, in order to sell some of his silly frog products that he couldn't get going in the independent industry and got canceled 2 decades ago. Why? Because he never worked on them. All right. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Enjoy your sales, my friends. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to back the Hidden Emperor and support our great comics today. Appreciate you for being there. We'll be back soon.